Well, hello all and welcome. I've just got one or two things really in this video to show you what I'm doing. I've not done a lot as yet. Basically a little bit early. It's having the room as well with some of the stuff. But I just thought I've started some Guardsman spring onions. I'll show you those. They're coming along nicely. I've got some Boltardy beetroot. I have, since doing these, I have started some more, so we'll see how we go with them. Leeks, these have been done. These were all done 17th of February. Today is 4th of March. These are a variety called Lancaster. Now, there wasn't many seeds. That, I'm not going to say, you look at that, I'm not going to say that's poor germination. I would think that's quite good germination, because there wasn't, as I say, there wasn't a lot of seed in the pack. But never done them before. That's something new to me. Then I've got some more leeks, and these are longbow. There's quite a few seeds in this pack, as you can see. That's done quite well, and again, not done longbow before. I do like to experiment a little with my leeks. I did some last year. I did some pot leeks, and quite happy with those. But rather than do them again this year, I've gone off on a tangent and sort of, oh, we'll try something different. So I've done them. I've got some more onion sets that I want to put out. I've got some rumba, so they want to get done. So without further ado, let's crack on. Right, I've got a little something to show you now. It's a little something that I'd not planned on growing whatsoever. When I ordered my seeds for this year, I'd already decided that I wasn't going to bother growing any. But since then, curiosity has got the better of me, and so I'm having a go at growing something. And what is it? Sweet peppers. And what's so good about this as well is I put 20 seeds in, and all 20 have come up, as you can see, doing very nicely. How it all came about was I buy peppers for cooking and so on. I cut one open, and there just seemed to be, and I know there always is a lot of seed in them, but there seemed to be an absolute mass of seed in this one. And as I say, curiosity got the better of me, and I took some out, put them into this seed tray. Initially it had a propagator lid on it, and it was put onto a heat mat. These are now under my new grow lights, and they're doing really nicely. Obviously I don't know what the variety is. The only thing I can probably do, and I think I will do, is name them after the supermarket chain that I bought them from. So these are going to be called Aldi sweet peppers. But yeah, I just thought I'd show you that. As I say, very pleased, and very pleased that all 20 have come up. I'm only going to probably keep 4, 5, something like that, but they'll get potted on. I've got some onions to pot on, and these will get potted on, and we'll look forward to having some peppers later in the year. Well, there we have it. I've potted 6 of the peppers on, and the compost that they're in small, they're about 2.5 inch pots, and the compost is Jack's Magic with a little bit of perlite added. There's nothing else in it, and we'll see how they go. They're going to go now back into the house, go back under the grow lights, and hopefully they'll grow away merrily. 1, 2, 3. Right, I just thought I'd show you what I'm doing with regards to the sets. The compost is Jack's Magic. as it comes. It's got a little bit of perlite and a bit of vermiculite in it. Vermiculite help retain a bit of water, a bit of moisture. The perlite with regards air. And what I'm doing is I'm just checking that they're firm to start with, making sure they're not mushy, and just pushing them straight in. Any loose skin taking off, just pushing them in like that. It's what I've done with my others. There's a bit of loose skin on that I can't quite get to move, so we'll just push that in. And I'm just going through these, as I say, any loose skin on them, pulling the tops. I do know some people that cut the tops through, but I don't bother. I used to grow all my onions this way, actually, with regards sets, because I used to struggle trying to do them from seed. Now, oh, look at that one, starting to sprout. Caught that one in time. And as I say, I used to struggle with doing them, so I always did them as sets. There is, I believe, I'm not 100% certain why, somebody will be able to no doubt tell me, but there is more of a chance of these bolting when they are grown from sets than when grown from seed. That means more chance of them going to seed quicker. But I'm doing a bit of a mixture, you see, this time round. As you've seen in the previous video, I'm doing some from seed, I'm doing these sets. I didn't really need to do these sets, to be honest, but I just thought, well, we'll give it a go, try it, and see how things go. Right, I've brought you out into the greenhouse because there's something I want to show you. Admittedly, it's not got a lot in it at the moment, but it will fill up in time, and it's something that I do every year. I've done for about the past 3 years, and that's this coal frame. Cloche, call it what you like, I suppose. As you can see, you've got the big openings so you can reach in, and all as I've got in here at the moment is the Centurion onion sets. And what I've done is I've put that gravel tray in there. I've put a little bit of capillary matting into it, a bit of water, and just left them in there. These are now at a stage, these were done the 17th of February. Today is the 4th of March. Sorry about the shaky camera because I'm holding it in my hand, obvious. And I've just transferred these out here now. Quite happy with germination. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's 6 that haven't germinated out of 45, so that isn't too bad. And as I say, I've set some more up, but I just thought I'd show you what I've done. This obviously is going to fill up with things like, well, in time, tomato plants, lettuce, the beetroot and the spring onions will come out here in time. There'll be sweet peas, sweet corn, you know, all the usual. I've not gotten any further at the moment than doing what I'm doing now, i.e. with regards onions, and then the beetroot and spring onions are in the house. And I've not gone any further because if I start and do things like me sprouts, me calabrese, cauliflower, that sort of thing, I haven't really got any room at the moment to store them, because what I want to do is start them off in the house. Obviously they'll go in propagators and go on heat mats, and once they germinate I then want to move them as soon as possible out here, so that with any luck they don't go leggy. We'll have to see. I don't know why, I don't know what it is, but when I do sprouts and such like from seed myself, they seem to go leggy no matter what I do. I'll admit in the past I've put them under grow lights once they've started to germinate, and I have put it down to that, but I've got some grow lights now that you see in a previous video that I can literally lower them right down to almost touching the tops of the pots, so I can't see any of those sort of any of my brassicas really going leggy. We will see. We'll see what this year brings. It's something new, but yes, I just thought I'd show you that. As I say, that I'm going to seal that all up now, but I'll put this together, I'll put it in here, and it just, I have had thermometer on it. I've got one in here, and I've got I've had a thermometer in there, and the temperature in there has been about 2 degrees higher than in the greenhouse here. So I think it's 26 in the greenhouse here now. But yeah, I can just nip in and open these up, close them up before night time and that sort of thing. But I just thought I'd show you that. As I say, it's easy to just bring things into the greenhouse, but I like to try and give them a little bit of extra protection, and I'd like to think that this is going to just do that. It's the 5th of March, and I'm going to start my sweet peas. I know there's a lot of you out there have already started, but last year I started mine on the 6th, and it meant that by the time they were ready to go out, the conditions outside were spot on. So fingers crossed we get the same this year. So I'll just spin you round and I'll show you what I'm doing and what's going on. Right, my sweet peas. As you can see, I'm using multi-cell tray. Well, there are these little booklets that just open up and you pick the plant out and away you go. I'm sowing roughly 1, 2, 3, putting 3 in a cell. Now I've got 2 of these. These are 32 cell. The seed has been in a jar overnight. In fact, I'll explain it all to you in a minute. That's the end of those. I now just put a little bit of compost over the top. The compost is Jack's Magic. I prefer to use clover, but at the time of me getting, or at the time of when I wanted some compost, I couldn't get any. So I've used Jack's Magic. I've used it before. I'm not going to say it's as good as anything else, but it isn't bad. I've had batches of Jack's Magic where it's had quite large bits of stone, bits of wood in it, which is a bit off-putting, obviously. But once it's sieved, some of it, not all of it, none of this is sieved, but once some of it's sieved, it's not too bad. even if it's got some largish lumps in, you get and sieve it, get them lumps out, and you can't go too far wrong. Right, we'll get and firm that lot down. And I'll have a proper talk to you. There we go. I'll explain what's what with those. That looks a little neater, doesn't it? There we go. Right, I'll just spin you round and I'll have a proper talk to you, what I'm doing and the seed and so on. Okay, so the sweet peas. Here we go. Here's one I made. This is one I've done earlier. Done exactly the same thing. As I say, you can see they're like a clamshell type of seed tray. This is what they're like. They're called root trainers, and as I say, they just clip together. The frame holds them all together. There's 32 in a frame, and as you can see, you've got a good depth, so you can get some good root development on something like that. Compost, as I say, is Jack's Magic. I've put some vermiculite and some perlite in it. Perlite helps keep it open a little. The vermiculite will help to retain a little bit of moisture. They need, I'm going to put them in the house, but once they start to get 2 or 3 inches tall, I'll pinch the centres out so that they'll start to produce side shoots. We get more flowers that way, and I will then move them out into the greenhouse. They have got, as you can see, like a propagator top that acts as a gravel tray. Now, because I've got several sets of these, I'm going to put some water into that. Then I'm going to use a lid off one of my other sets to put over the top of this to act as a bit of a propagator. And as I say, as soon as they've started to come through, I've got more seed. This is seed I've got left. I've got a load of seed, so I can do a few more. As these start to come through, I will probably do another one of these trays with some more seed, putting 3 or 4 seeds into each cell. That way then, when they go out, I've got a bit longer spread of flowering season, hopefully. Because, as I say, they'll all go out together straight out onto the allotment. And that's it. The variety, by the way, is a variety called Hilda's Mix, which I had off Andy off YouTube. I've always thanked him for them, and again, if you're watching, Andy, thank you very much. Very much appreciated. And that's it, all done. So that is it for this video. So I will see you again in the next one. So be good, look after yourselves, look after each other, and I'll see you again. Ta-ra a bit.